Hey guys, Talking Ninja here with a toy review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Matrix figures, Trinity, Cipher, Morpheus, they're from Series 1, and then Tank from Series 2. So I got these from a local comic shop, and I just decided to pick these up because felt like it. So we're going to start with Trinity. Just get a good look at her, but these figures are more for, they're more like the Watchmen figures because their articulation sucks. I mean, her detail on the clothes, you can see it's shiny just like it is in the movie, which is pretty nice. But her articulation, and she's got her head moves side to side, cannot move up and down. She has a joint in her arm that lets her move 360 degrees. And she has a single jointed elbow. Same thing in the other arm. And then she has a joint in each leg by the thigh. So yeah, these figures, they suck for posing because you pretty much get the pose that they were sculpted with, but the figures themselves are pretty cool. So you have Trinity, and she's got this I don't know, I think this is an M16. You see that right there. And then she also came with two pistols. Both of them are the exact same, and I think those are like 9mm, and they fit in her hand pretty well. Like, her hands are molded for these, which is nice. If I can fit these in here. She looks pretty cool with these guns. And then she has a combat knife, because in the movie she threw it and it's got that guy in the head. And this does not fit well in her hands at all, so you just put this in here and it will fall right out. So Trinity, she's pretty cool. I mean, if you like the Matrix, I'd suggest getting her. Okay, so Cipher. Cipher is a horrible figure. He's got one flesh color, so it's a pretty crappy paint job. His detail isn't anything that spectacular. His articulation, his head moves. He has the arm joints and the elbow joint, same as Trinity. And he has a waist joint. He has no leg articulation. So he really does suck. He does come with this plasma cannon because he shot Dozer and Tank in the movie with it. And it looks pretty cool if you can see that right there. So Cipher, the only reason I got him was because they had him at the shop. So he's a pretty bad figure. But oh yeah, and he does come with this gun. It's the same gun as Trinity has, but it does not fit into his hand because his hands are molded for this big plasma cannon, which is stupid in my opinion. I think, he should at least be able to hold a pistol. So Cipher is a pretty crappy figure. I'm gonna do Morpheus next because Morpheus is pretty awesome. His detail, he's got these ridges on his jacket type thing, which is really nice detail actually. And then he's got his tie, and he's got his purple pants, his face, if you can see that in there. He comes with this Uzi, which I think he used in Matrix Reloaded. That fits into his hand nicely. It's molded for that. And then he also comes with this shotgun. And that also fits into his hands nicely, but the Uzi looks cooler, so that's what I keep him with. For articulation, his head moves side to side. He's got the same arms as both of them, but if you look in that joint, it looks really, they did a poor job of hiding it, which, I guess since these are more for collecting in the package, but I decided to open them. He has a joint in the knee, which is a horrible job of trying to hide that. And then a joint in the thigh. So, Morpheus, I mean, the only way I ever pose him is pretty much like this, holding his Uzi facing downwards, but he still looks pretty cool, so. Morpheus. Alright, now Tank. Tank came from Series 2, and he had this nice display stand, so I keep him on this. But the main reason I keep him on this display stand is because his paint isn't dry, which is really weird. Like, if you squeeze his figure, you will get paint on your finger. I don't know if you can see that, but I do have it on there. He's wet. So, and I've tried to dry him, but, you know, whatever. Either way, his detail is still really horrible. If you look at his head, it's a pretty crappy detail. And then I think his articulation is the worst out of them all. He's got one joint in both the arms. He doesn't have any elbow joint, and then he has one in the leg down here. And his head moves. But I never like holding this figure because I get paint all over me, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I don't see how a figure is still wet after they've been in package for like 5 years. But, you know, whatever. So, I think Tank is probably the worst out of all of these. He's shorter than all of them, which is, if you can look at it, oops, I can try to not knock all these guys over. But yeah, so Tank's the shortest out of all of them. I don't know if that's just because it's a different series or what. So, and his gun is the same as Cipher's, except it's a little bit darker. I think it's the same mold though. So, the Matrix figures, they're cool if you like the Matrix. If you don't like the Matrix, there's really no point in getting these figures, but I love the Matrix and I've seen it like 15 times. So, thanks for watching, you guys.